now that we have a method to find the task, we can use it in the remove task method in order to delete an item. So what we're going to do is declare this remove task. It doesn't return anything, it just deletes an item. So what we need is an array and a reference to the number of elements. So we have static, doesn't return anything, and the name is remove task, and it takes in an array of strings called to do list, and it gets a reference integer which is the number of elements. Then from here what we need to do is prompt the check if the number of elements is less than 1. So if there's 0, or we can just say 0, because at the beginning when there's nothing, the number of elements is 0. So if the number of elements is 0, then console dot write line there are no elements to remove, because we can't delete the elements that do not exist, right? Otherwise we can prompt the user dot write enter the element you want to remove, right? And then once the user enters the element they want to remove, we can say it's going to be a string, so they're going to enter a string of wanted, right? Console dot read line. So now we're going to have wanted. Now we can call the find task method, because what we need, we got the array that we need, we got the number of elements that we need, and we have the wanted that we need. And find task will return the position, right? Position is equals to, and then we call find task, and we pass in the to-do list, and then we pass in the number of elements, and the last thing we are going to pass in is the wanted string. So that's the string we are searching for, right? So if the string is not found, so when it's not found, we said position is -1, right? If position is -1, then we just tell the user the item is not in the list. So then we tell the user the item is not in the list, else now we're gonna run the code that deletes an item. And we wrote code to delete an item earlier. Here it is. This time here we have the index. We were getting the index from the user, but right now we got the index, and the index is going to be okay, then Command Z, and okay, now it's aligned. What the code does is, so this is the part that I copied from the other file. If if the position is equals to 1, we just say this, right? Here we just say if the position is less than, we don't actually need to do this. All we need to do is run the for loop to delete an item, because we took care of everything else. So all we need is the for loop that goes through every item and just deletes. So if the item is found, if the position is not -1, it means the item is found. Then we go through each element and we make the next element, we replace what's in the current index with what's in the next element, and then we decrement the number of elements. I think I explained how this works in the previous videos. So then we use this to delete the element, remove a task. So now we can try and run this code. So what I'm going to do for now is try to enter more tasks. So we're going to be prompted to enter 4 tasks, and then I'm going to call remove tasks, right? And what we need to pass in is the list and the number of elements, but then we need to pass it in as a reference, because when you remove a task, we have to decrement the number of elements. So then let's display the tasks first. The reason I want to display the tasks is so I can see when I'm deleting that the element is actually deleted. So then this is going to be number of elements. So this will be below, before we remove an element, and then this will be after console.write line. This is just so we can see what's happening after deleting. Then we display after we delete as well. So let's try to run the code. Hopefully there's no errors. There's probably an error somewhere. There is an error. So then, yeah, I forgot to change this here to position, because the index now is the position. Then we run the code. This, I copied the code, but I did not change the names. Okay, it works now. Control C, clear, and let's run the code again so we can see what's happening nicely. Enter a task, eat, gym, study, run, right? So this eat, gym, study, run, let's say we decide to delete study. So then after deleting, this is how the things look, what the list looks like. And another nice thing is you can call this as many times as you want. You can copy it and delete the items again, and so basically you would remove an item and then remove another item and then display. So basically we're just removing 2 items. We want to see if it does remove. Enter a task, eat, sleep, gym, repeat. Then let's say we want to delete repeat, and we want to so here the number of elements was supposed to be outside of the for loop. So when you're done reassigning the values to the previous index, then you decrement the number of elements. So I had made a mistake there, and I think now it should work. Eat, sleep, gym, and study. So if I delete study, it goes away, and if I delete sleep, it also goes away. So the deleting works.